There have only ever been two 13-0s in VCT EMEA history. The first was Fnatic versus a team that you've never heard of, and that team stopped existing about 5 games after the 13-0. The second, though, just happened. Navi 13-0'd Giant X on Split, and it's probably some of the worst Valorant I've ever seen. So, to cleanse your eyes of this experience, I'm doing a giveaway of the Battle Pass in my Discord. Go ahead, link should be in both the pinned comment and description, but just like Navi right here, let's jump into it. Tough crowd. Normally I don't cover pistols, I just use them for the intro, but this game did not have enough buy rounds for me to get a decent video. So, Cloud there, pre-aiming for that fade haunt that's thrown normally if the fade is on A, and then Navi with some great aim. What I really don't understand, and this is a consistent theme throughout the game, why is your solo smokes lurking? I really don't get that, to be honest. I don't know why the Cypher isn't the one doing this. It's kind of his job. I mean, this Omen paranoia that you could have used, so impactful on pistols, now effectively wasted. I mean, also that is an insane peak. I know I made a joke about it, but that's kind of crazy. But again, the Omen paranoia is something that you can't use, right? Cypher utility, especially on pistol, is not going to be better than that. I don't get what the thought process is here, to be quite honest. Then again, Purpo here, just you can't clear everything, right? You have to clear literally every angle because that's where they could be, then pick up Spike. Yeah, it's not happening. Hero with a great reposition. I mean, he's been honestly an elite player. It is kind of interesting that Fnatic didn't pick him up. I'm assuming that they thought Leo would kind of get better. But it is interesting to see that Fnatic didn't elect to keep him, and instead now they're rolling in with Crashies. What you'll see in a lot of stomps, especially nowadays, is an IGL kind of misunderstanding how to play against Breach Teo, trying to work the map for too long and ending up losing the round on time after Breach Teo is able to stall you out and you've only decided where you want to hit with 20 seconds left in the round. Interestingly, that wasn't the case here. In fact, Giant X are the only ones playing Breach Teo. Navi, they have the Vice, and that's the most new meta thing that they're playing. But what really messed up Giant X, especially on this round, is they weren't able to apply pressure to pull rotations where they want it. They applied pressure up mid. This Prowler sees nothing, so the instant pivot from Navi is, okay, let's go A. That Prowler sees nothing, they're probably going A. And they're right as well. Again, they're not playing the Breach Toe, they're relying on that fade, which gives you more information than Breach, right? It is kind of weird that the meta has shifted towards two agents who have a single drone between them. But the real issue for Giant X is right here. Yoru is supposed to TP in and the rest of the team will follow him up. But he is alone on site, as you can see right here. Now, with them losing numbers, he feels like he has to make a hero play, tries to spam the smoke, and boom, he dies. He doesn't expect anyone else on this bomb site, or at least not as close as they were. And you've pretty much lost the round right here, right? 5v3 situation. Yes, you technically have gun advantage, but not by much. Westside tethered, lucky to come out with his life, and he won't in the end. As I was saying about the Breach Tale, though, it is kind of odd that, with Valorant being such an information-based game, especially when you kind of understand the game more in the recent years, that the meta right now, the two meta initiators are two that get you one drone between them. That's all the information that you're really going to get, right? Breach is someone who you do utility off of information you already have. Teo, again, other than the drone, not too much information utility to go off of. However, now Giant X have guns back, and they're coming out swinging with this Breach Teo combination. As you can see here, they stun this line and then Teo Molly, and it does two things. Number one, if you're over here by boxes, there's a chance that it kills you, but it will at least get some damage if you get hit by that stun. Second of all, gives you orb control right there. You're able to collect that ult orb. Then, Giant X book it through spawn to A. They are not playing around, they're going here. But look, I mean, this is beautiful map work, right? They fake a little bit of presence over on B by investing that utility, and now it's just Hero over here who needs to be the hero and go ahead and save them. He has an interesting spam strategy, by the way. He goes for headshots by like slowly doing tap spam instead of what you'll see some people do, which is, just full on, empty the clip or the mag, sorry, Penguin Zero, into the smoke or whatever choke you're trying to spam. Anyways, Giant X, again, they look good here, right? The Cypher neural threat does wonders making sure they know, hey, it's a 2v4 on site, but, and you can use this in your ranked game, so pay attention. This is why site smokes are so important. This isn't even a traditional site smoke, but look, I kind of paused at a bad time. Rooksec just smoked for Hero, and it's going to win the round for Navi. Boom, boom, he's able to get those 2 kills, kind of isolate them a little bit because of that smoke. Now, Westside, they just had the advantage ripped away from them, and now it's pretty much over. Again, I am asking, begging, pleading, Omen mains, please start using site smokes. If not even for your teammates to play around, use them for yourself. That's not a traditional one, but it helps so much. Hey, really quickly, I spent way too much money on these avatars and icons for channel members, so go ahead, be a channel member today. We just started up a Minecraft server as well. You get access to that with the membership, and then we're going to do customs before Masters Toronto. So go ahead, become a member today, and support me and my content. Let's get back to the video. Now, Giant X, the next round they have guns, do the same exact thing as last time. They're going to do that Breach Teo combination right here to try and get control of B main. But Navi aren't reinforcing the side. I mean, look at the minimap. They've played these games before. They are not going to go back over to the B site and get fooled again. And it's the right call. Omen has kept smoking this box for this presence and pressure on mid to make it a bit tougher to push up. And they Teo drone in. Okay, we see Omen. Yippee. Let's go up mid here. And to be honest, I don't hate this call, right? Hero's going to get some smoke spam. He ended 22-2, by the way, which is just absolutely insane. He gets some chip damage on Tamazi, but these 2 lurkers on A haven't found much space in these 40 seconds. They've gotten all the way up here, but because they haven't gotten all the way up ramp, Yoru has to use about half of his ult to clear this and make sure it's okay. Then, by the time he ends up getting out of his ult, they are already down numbers. A great op from Koala killing Westside, and to be honest, they just start losing gunfights. It is just chaos right here on the site. Cloud and Purpo are in a situation that's almost impossible. Spike up here, Purpo able to get a kill, but then gets op refrag through a smoke. Cloud thinks he's that guy. He's not. 2 kills left to win this, and he's not that guy. Unfortunately, unable to come up with those. So it's going to be 7-0. And I think around here is where the real possibility of a 13-0 starts to set in, right? You have to eco, probably going to make it an 8-0. And you really start thinking, are we about to become a part of the famed Mixwell Club? Now, they have guns back again, but like I said, it's already 8-0 because of that eco round. They need to rush A. And they do. They're running fast. Hero has some new smoke spam here. Did sadly die, so we weren't able to get the 22-0 performance that you might have wanted. But he looks kind of stupid for shooting the clone. Obviously, he was blind, but from the observer POV, it looks dumb until you realize that the real Yoru is walking just like the clone right there. 4v1 situation, what can Westside do? Right? And I understand some people in the comments may be saying, you know, why don't they get all their ults and just save them for one massive push so that they don't get 13-0'd. There's still technically a chance to win the game. And as a pro Valorant player, you don't play to avoid the 13-0. You play to win the game. And, you know, that's why they're not going to just try and get all those ults online and get one round, because that doesn't really make too much sense. However, if I was the IGL, it would definitely be tempting, because I do not want my name added to the history books as the IGL who got 13-0'd. To be honest, it is looking pretty bleak for Giant X. You're down 10-0. You need a miracle play here. And they whip out the 1-2-2 strat, which, you know, it would be something if they were on defense, but they're on offense. This is not something you're going to see 2-2 regularly on Split, where you just have everyone go a direction and go, yeah, somebody should get a kill. Hopefully, please, God, someone save us. You know, they did the Cypher Omen lurk over on that Yoru round that I showed you, but it just doesn't seem to make too much sense to me, right? If you're going to go to B, your smokes is lurking A, you just got opt, which again, great job by Navi here. As soon as the op is whipped out, for them to immediately go, okay, they're going to want to run away from this op, rotate to A. That's just good thinking right there from the side of Navi. But they decided to push the issue a little bit, right? Giant X, you know, hey, we're down so much, it doesn't matter. We're going to fake like we're going to go here and then go A. Obviously, don't want to run to that op, especially now that you can't flash him out of the angle with your breach not being there. You could technically with the Yoru, but they elect ultimately to go to A. And again, stall is the name of the game, especially in this meta. Vice ult to do what? Stall. Now there's 25 seconds left. Ray's ult to do what? Stall and hopefully get a kill. Now there's 20 seconds left. Then when the gunfights start happening, again, Giant X just lose them. To be honest, like, there's not too much more I can say about that. Now, Tomazi cannot get this bomb. He just can't. There's 8 seconds left. There's no way he can go get the bomb and plant it. And yeah, 11-0. And Na'Vi look like they are about to do the unthinkable, right? This doesn't happen in VCT often. I think this round is a really good representation of what's going wrong in this game. So there's some mistimed util later that is a big problem. Anyways, Tomazi goes up here with the breach stun, then gets backed off because of the Omen paranoia. Well, the issue is that then when Giant X decide to go onto site, Hero just flashes, gets one, and yeah, congrats, you have numbers. Koala Noob in the smoke with a shorty, but that's not the real issue. Tomazi is able to go onto site here, and once he sees this is clear, he thinks, oh, Hero's still back here. That's where he got the kill from. Okay, site's clear. It's all good, guys. And then, boom, dies. Because, if you'll notice, those salvos were a couple seconds late. He's had the salvos. You need those salvos there before Tomazi goes to clear that, because now, boom, you're down numbers even harder. With the way this game was going, I was surprised Koala Noob didn't get 2 in that smoke, and it's desperation time for Giant X on the next pistol, which is, as you know, the last round of the game. And you can see here, Na'Vi have no respect for Giant X. Let me show you what I mean. Tomazi is inserted here on this little box thing, immediately TPs out when there's pressure. Koala Noob just shift walks up mid and takes a timing off of breach utility. It wasn't even off the utility, really. He just decided, yeah, I'll walk in the smoke and classic Q. Yeah, okay. Tomazi tries to regain numbers after they go down, but boom. And then Purpo doesn't really know if he wants to take this fight or not. As you can see here, he's whipping his knife out. He's going back. He's going forward as soon as he sees a player. Boom. I want to go back. No, I want to go forward. Dies. And now again, West Side in a 1v3. And as he has so many times before in these clutch scenarios, he's not able to win them out, but it's very interesting as to how he's in the clutch so much. I mean, obviously, attack side Cypher, you're going to be in the clutch more, and then there's only this one defense round to go off of. But yeah, it was brutal. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, subscribe. Let's try and get to 5.555K off of this video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Join the Discord for the giveaway, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.